Well, let's talk to Sourabh Gupta, who's a specialist on Asia-Pacific policy at the Institute for China-America Studies. Welcome to the programme. Good to see you. So this summit's been designed to strengthen ties and trade between China and its Central Asian neighbours. Has it succeeded?
Yes, I would say it has succeeded, but we must also understand that this is a process. China has been heavily involved in Central Asia trade and infrastructure building, and right now what we're seeing is an upgrade of that process.
So what does this summit suggest, do you think, about China's increasing influence in the Central Asian region?
I think it's a very significant player in the region, but China has also been wise while being a very important commercial player, a business player, that it does not step on Russia's toes from a strategic perspective. This is Russia's backyard, and so it makes a point not to step into those areas that might concern Russia. But from an economic, commercial, and infrastructure perspective, there is no comparison with regard to China's role in Central Asia, and that role will just keep on growing bigger and larger.
So we've had this announcement of this new grand development plan. What do both sides get out of it?
For China, Central Asia is a permanent neighbor. It helps deepen contacts, deepen ties, creates interconnectivity. For the Central Asian countries, this is an opportunity to diversify their economies. Yes, they do sell a lot of oil and gas, but with China's movement of China's industrial processes to Central Asia and these connectivity corridors, it can help them diversify their economies and make the economies more resistant, more robust, and perhaps a little less dependent on the Russian economy too.
So we've got this evolving relationship between China and the Central Asian countries. What will the rest of the world make of this new phase?
Well, they will be watching and seeing how these projects play themselves out and how China's infrastructure spending, whether it can be an enabler of prosperity, which I think it will be, and also whether prosperity in Central Asia will help tamp down on other issues, like separatism, terrorism, particularly radiating out of places like Afghanistan, which is very unstable still. So people will be looking at those sort of aspects also of how economic cooperation can translate into not just economic public goods, but also international security public goods.
So 10 years now since the launch of the Belt and Road Initiative. How important is Central Asia to the project?
Very important, simply because it was launched out there. I would say it was launched in Kazakhstan, and so it is a testing ground. Again, the Belt and Road has succeeded in places, but it has also had negative impacts in certain places. And so from a larger holistic perspective, success anywhere translates to the success of the larger initiative. And considering that this is just in China's backyard, I mean, it's right, China's neighbors, it's that much more important that these initiatives, connectivity corridors, succeed. And it will be to China's credit and to the credit of the Central Asian countries.
Sourabh Gupta from the Institute for China-America Studies. Good to talk to you. Thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome.